Okay, this is a little video on drawing that's just preliminary to our next projects. So this pencil's already kind of sharpened, but I was going to show you how I sharpen a pencil. Use a razor blade, and I put my thumb on the razor blade. I'm holding the pencil here. That gives me a whole lot of control. What I'm looking to have on this pencil is a whole lot of lead showing, but I don't want a little thin pointy piece of lead. I want a big thick area. So I'm kind of doing a scooping motion as I do this. Maybe if I did it from the side, maybe it would show it a little better. See how I'm just kind of scooping up as I go so that I'm not cutting into the lead very much. There. So I want kind of a fat, long lead out there. Now, what we're working on is, here's the example of a drawing. Okay. And then I haven't decided which one we're going to do in class yet, actually. I've got a more simplified version. What my plans are is the simplified version then has some much more complicated pieces with a lot more stuff in it. This is sort of a warm-up. So I have actually here a photo that's even simpler. And I thought that I would work from that. I've got tape down here so that I can hopefully keep my paper in the middle of your viewing area. And maybe I can slip this under here so you can see quite a bit. I'm in love with this little sugar bowl. Okay. And I not only like the color, I like that it's got pattern on it, you know, little ditty things. All of those really make a painting fancier. And sometimes fancy works. When Shirley Trevino works, she's got lots of little fancy things in there. Lots of pattern. Secondly, I'm going to kind of block out the areas I'm working in. And I have here a pencil. It's a pastel. It's sort of a cheap pastel pencil. It doesn't really, well, it doesn't lay down much color. But that's actually what I want here. I was going to tell you the brand. Create a Color. So that's a really cheap brand that you can get at Hazel Art Supply, and you can buy just one pencil, and you can see this is kind of a light, you know, sepia, not sepia, but you know, like burnt sienna, only it's real light. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to block in about what I want to see, and this may have different proportions. I wanted, let's see, because I may not show all of that along the top. I want that little, sorry, when I'm drawing I can't talk. Does that show on the, yeah, just barely. So you can see that I'm being very, very light with this. I just sort of worked out a circle, and then there's a lid within here that kind of comes up like that. It's got little handles on it. Maybe I'll suggest those a little bit, and there's a little thingy up there. All right, so then I've got 3 beats, and as some of you know, I absolutely, you know, I wish that was larger. I think I want that larger. Well, what am I going to do? I think, I just had my hands on a kneaded eraser. Now I don't. Here is the kneaded eraser. So it's really gentle, and this should come up pretty easily. I am using 140-pound cold-pressed arches. I'll leave a little bit of this down here. I've kind of blotted it up, which is the gentlest thing to do with the paper. I really want this sugar bowl to be a little bit larger. Well, that's certainly a little bit larger. Get that shape about right there. And that lid's going to come up here. And do something about like that. Okay, that's my shape here. Little handle. That's a little top of the little handle. I don't need to draw everything. I'm just blocking it out. So I want these beets. Because some of you know that I think beets are just perfect for a veggie to show. And that's because, you know, with the tops and the roots on, you can get some really nice shapes. There's another one that's behind that one, and I certainly don't feel confined to having my roots follow any certain situation here. I'll make them do what I want them to do. There, you can't really see what happens with this little beet. He's just a third bit of orange back there. Okay, so I like these stems. I may not show... I want some negative space between some of the stems. So, okay. That's enough. There's a little bit coming right here then on this one. Laps around. And then we got stripes. And I don't really need to put the stripes in here. So I've got that kind of blocked out. Now here's what for me is the magic of this. And it may totally not feel suitable to some people. It's okay. You don't have to do it this way. But I like to splatter before I draw. Remember, I'm drawing with a water-soluble graphite pencil. So the first thing I need to do is I need a little bit of color in the water so that you can see where it goes. So I am going to just see, I've got my wet brush, and I'm just going to do that. And that's going to color the water some. By the way, it doesn't hurt to even soak that pencil for, 30 seconds or so, because I like for my lead to be a little bit soft. All right, so here we are. We're back in here, and I don't care where the picture is right now. So you see I have big spatters. And maybe I want a little more. Try to do something that's not slung too much and that has kind of a, see, I know I'm not going to want that splatter right there. So this is going to color the paper some. I mean, this will be permanent. But that's just some nice little bits of hidden texture there. Okay, pencil's out of the water now. And so what I get are these little surprises. Let's just start with a beet, and let's see. Let's just see what the pencil wants to do. I've softened it some. I'm getting a nice line there. See here, right here, I'm getting a really thin line. Okay, and I like that. What I want is a variety of thick and thin. Okay, well, I need a little more water than that. Let's just pick up a little, pull that up there. Yeah, okay, I like that shape. And I don't always get it the way I want it, but you see how the line is not necessarily all smooth. I do some smooth, fast lines and some slow, jerky lines. And that combination of line, again, adds more vitality to the painting. Oh, I just thought of that word, vitality. I like that. That works. So then I want to have some negative space left in between some of these leaves. And I'm not going to do as much leaf as I am stem places, but maybe there's another one up here. And then who knows what all that's going to do. I don't really have to do much with it. So maybe it's time to re-wet my pencil. Now, if I just re-wet my pencil and start to draw a line, I will get a big fat line. Well, there, not so much. Sometimes I do. Sometimes that can go on and you just get a huge big fat line. It's not really attractive. So here. Let's see. So sometimes I dry it off. If I got like a drip of water hanging off of there, I'll dry it off. But I want to keep this just a little bit on the moist side because I just get a better quality of line with it. And some of this I'm making up, and some of it I'm looking at the picture. Right now I'm really making up a lot. So again, let's leave some negative space in here. There. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's see, don't I have another beat? Oh yeah, this beat is under the root of that beat. Whoa, I got really big. I didn't mean to do that. I just got carried away and had a happy time. And that's unbeat-like. And you know what? I'm going to be perfectly happy with it being unbeat-like. All right. So right here.
I'll be back, Mom.
Okay. Right here. Okay. Well, just not in the water. Don't even have to finish this, but there are some places I want a light line. See, I'm going thick and thin. I might even add some extra water here and make an area that's extra dark. So, I don't think I want that on the lid, though. I think I want the lid. The lid's got this little, cute little thing on the top of it. See all those cute little things? They really add to it. I'm trying to get a little bit symmetrical. So let's see. Oh, I didn't mean to go through the middle of that. Well, I just did. Okay, whatever. Oh, I've got to get that other handle in. Yeah, it kind of looks like ears, so I could put a face on it. Okay, now I'm not drawing the little pattern in there and that stuff. Oh, so this one's got to have some stems. This stem kind of wraps around that way, so I thought that was interesting. And the leaf has got something interesting going on. Let's just take that wet spot there and let's just pull it up this way. Okay, let's see, we've got another leaf here. And well, I guess we'll just come down here with it. There. Well, it needs a little more, doesn't it? Just doesn't have enough weight. We'll just make that one go underneath this one back there. Why not? Why or why not? Okay, so I've got a little drawing here. Let's put some stripes in. I really like where that's rumpled up there. I don't like to get the pattern too complicated. And I'm only going to draw this, see the center stripe? I'm only going to draw the center stripe, but I've already discovered that the thing looks better if you put those little extra stripes in there. Again, this is about pattern, and I am joyfully into pattern. So now I'm just contour drawing what I see. Okay, and I'm gonna dry that off a bit. In fact, I might blot. And so, okay. So an approximate parallel line. Let's see. This sort of disappears in there, and then it comes back up and out. We don't care a whole lot. So this is unlike the picture because I've repositioned everything. So I've just got to keep a pattern going across here. And one of the things I want is you can see that I've made the line trying to keep the line interesting. I don't want too much heavy drawing on this. So there we have that. So these are straighter across here. I'm going to dip in the water again, soften the lead a little bit, and splot it. Again, I want an interesting line. By the way, I am working on the rougher side of the cold press paper. I think I got that in the wrong place. I did. Okay. Am I going to erase it and fix it? No. I'm going to hope that that could be believable enough, but we don't want total belief. Obviously, I wouldn't be drawing like this. I'd be tracing it if I wanted you to really believe that this was really what was there. Okay, I want another stripe down here that I don't have in the picture. And we might just put part of it in. Or we might just leave part of it as just the drawing. Who knows? We haven't decided. We'll know when we get there. Part of this is discovering what you want it to be as it grows. Because your mind will change as you see something interesting happen. You'll go, well, I think that would be even better if I did more of this or less of that. Artists just want to have fun. Well, maybe not, but you know what? I'm tired of being serious all the damn time. Okay, so, and back in the back, we are going to have a dark background. Okay, well, in fact, we're going to have that dark background come down this way. I'm going to go make all that dark. And I can just, see, I didn't even bother to erase my line there. I just covered it up because it's all going to go very, very dark. And I'll just do that to indicate it's going to be dark over here. Okay. So, the dark line should come back in here behind this. While I'm designing it and not playing with color, this is a good time to do something that kind of keys me in so I don't do something I didn't want. All right, so I think some of these spots, let's just blot them. Now, next step. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be able to get some of this up if I want it up. Yeah, that is, you can. Once this pencil is set, like I'm fixing to show you, then once it's dry, you could get more of this up. But I think I want a little more of a line right there. Love that spot. It's just so awkwardly beat-like, root-like, I should say. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to mist this. And what you want is you want a sprayer that'll give you a really fine mist. Because all I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the sprayer way back from this. Let's see if I can get on camera. Let's do it like that. Okay, I'm going to hold it back and I'm going to mist the air above this. So if you've got any lines that are darker than you want, that you erase them before you do this. Because your lines are going to get a little bit darker. But you don't want to get it really wet. Better to just lightly mist it, let it dry, maybe lightly mist it a second time if you think you need to. So there is my drawing. I think it's going to be interesting. I don't like that that line is so thick right there. See, that's a sort of a static, thick line all the way across. That was one of the things I wanted to guard against. So, before we wait any longer, let's get a little bit of our magic eraser. Let's just pull some of that back and blot. And I'll have some grays in there, maybe. I could probably work and get all the grays out if it was an area where I was concerned about it. But if anything, I could actually come in here and put some shadows in just by pulling some of this. And I started taking to playing with the graphite for a neutral gray, just because it's handy and it's there and it makes me happy to work with that pencil. So, oh, look at this. Well, this needs to get darker up here, particularly where there's going to be a yellow shadow. Grays work pretty nicely for that. Let's get that bead in shadow. Okay. I tell you what, we'll stop right there. I don't want that much shadow. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. So you could get carried away with this. You don't want to overdo it. But we're going to be putting really strong color on this stuff. So it's going to be okay for it to have a fair amount of shadow. But I don't want everything to be dulled either. So there, oh, I did that. I didn't know I was going to do that. Okay, yeah, that's a nice idea. Well, I might as well make that background a little darker and more solid. Okay. So we're going to work on, you know, some techniques like Shirley Trevino was painting this. She's a good inspiration. So there's the start of a drawing. And if you want to, I have two of them. Actually, I'm going to be demonstrating this one because we're going to do something more complex. So I think this is the one that's going to be the class lesson. That's all I have to say about that. Some of you are actually doing this on the internet from the drawing. So, okay, bye till next time.